I never knew how boring it could be when Dan isn't around.
Wait, he's not here?
Where did you come from?
Well, I got a message from Dan saying that he needed me to be in an episode of the Dan Get Show. Is today not the day?
Oh yeah, he meant for that text to be longer. He meant to say that he needed you whenever we found a Muppets game to review.
Oh boy, I wish I would have known that.
Well, I mean, it's good that you came today. I mean, our conversation was pretty good filler, and possibly a test to see how long people could stand hearing our voices in the same scene.
Ah, okay. So, it's a no-go on me being here then?
Nah, this is a Rayman episode.
Ah, Rayman. Okay, well, I'll just get going then.
Take care. Man, that was awkward. I hope someone found this amusing. It just kind of seems like one of those hit or miss type of things. Oh well, start the intro. Dan Get Show.
Hey, Git, what's going on?
I'm assuming you were running because of the game you were about to play?
Which game is that? Because I have a few different games where you run.
This one, jackass.
Good lord, Git, you don't have to be so uptight about it.
I'm just trying to prevent what we've been through before.
Ah, gotcha.
So anyway, people watching this video, today we're going to be looking at Rayman Arena, a game that was released on all 6th-gen game consoles, except for the Game Boy Advance. After the huge success of Rayman 2, Ubisoft decided to make the first 6th generation Rayman game. Well, technically Rayman 2 Revolution was before that, but that was just another version of 2. And I guess Rayman Advance was also before that, but that was just a port of 1. Anyway, after Rayman Arena was released, critics weren't too fond of it. It didn't get horrible ratings, but it still didn't do too well.
But we all know how critics are. They can have a completely different look at a game. That's why I'm here, to give a more fair review of this game.
Fair being that you look at some of the basic things and then get nitpicky about some things for the sake of comedy.
Yeah, thank you, Git.
Can we not with the music? I see we have Glowbox clone that's only in this game. Oh, he actually is a doppelganger, which is called Dark Glowbox. Real creative, guys. Rayman Arena. Man, I was like 8 when this came out.
How does that move this video forward?
I don't know, I just felt like pointing that out. Looks like we have a few different modes here. We have obstacle racing, time attack, total fight, and freeze combat. Also, there appears to be an extra mode called Exhibition. Probably won't be looking at that today. What's cool about these different modes is that they each have different cutscenes, showing off different characters while J.M. Murphy does a news report on them. Are they killing him for interfering? Why not just kick him out or something? I know you're pissed off, but come on, this is too realistic. Murphy gets beat up and killed apparently in every single cutscene like this. First, we'll start with obstacle racing. Alright, time to choose a character. Go! Who am I kidding? Of course I'm gonna pick Rayman.
Go! Okay, fine then. You know what? I didn't want to play anyway. I've got way better things to do than to play that freaking piece of shit.
Dan, remember our situation. Remember what we've had to deal with in the past.
Yeah, I know, but...
Now, I would expect this kind of loading time from a PlayStation game, but this is GameCube. What is the race so intense you had to slow down the loading time? Well, I guess this gives me time. I guess this gives me time to prepare for the race.
No, we're not doing that cliche. The loading's not that slow.
Fine. I guess I'm facing this guy first. Whoa, okay, guys, alright, let's slow it down a bit, huh? Also, do you think you could back off there, Taz Purple Coot? Well, this race is exciting so far, I guess. What was that, Rayman? What kind of sound was that? Were you just not expecting that part of the track? Or were you thinking about Lee the Fairy whenever you were jumping on that thing? Guess I knew a secret. Good lord, the sliding does not want to control well. It's way too sensitive. The way this is so far is that you want to keep going faster. I mean, come on now, it's half a racing game. But you just don't. Not unless you run into these turbo things. Your top speed is a mild run. Like, I think I could run faster normally. Though I have to say, the branching paths are a nice touch. Since you go a little bit slower, you can figure out which way you want to go easier. Apparently, I chose good because I won. Same can be said about the next place. But then I got to the place after that with a map that looks like an upside down slug with a Mickey Mouse cap on. Anyway, I didn't win this race. Can't beat them all, you know. Okay, now let's do time attack, which I figure is probably just me racing against the clock to get the lowest time, like in a lot of racing games. Wait, what's this chick doing here? I thought this was just time attack. Wait, she can freeze me? That's not fair. Oh, I can freeze her too. That's random. Apparently time attack is just race, but with some things changed and with the usual time attack stuff. It's also got that elimination thing where if you're ahead of a person for a certain amount of time, then they'll be eliminated. Now let's move on to battle mode. Let's beat the crap out of these guys. First, we'll do total fight. No pussyfooting around, just a straight fight. Well, more like throwing stuff at each other. It's set up kind of like a third-person shooter, but you can also pick up different objects and stuff to throw at enemies. Kinda makes me wonder why these weren't in the race mode. Each player has 6 hit points. The more you hit the other player, the more points you get. Not hit points, but just regular points. It's your usual get as many points before the clock runs out type of thing. And finally, let's look at freeze combat. Well, I see a lot of the freezing. Not so much of the combat though. There really isn't any combat in this mode, it's freeze your enemies and collect these things. That also makes me wonder why time attack wasn't called freeze time attack. They're both basically kind of the same thing. I never did unlock Exhibition, but if you want to see it, you can just look it up on YouTube or something. I'm sure someone has it somewhere. Overall, I'd have to say this game is alright. It's nothing too special, but it's not bad either. I'd say it's just a little bit better than what critics gave it.
Now I'm sure you're wondering what the other games were like since I called this Rayman Arena Games. Well, there were only 2. Technically 1.5, because earlier the same year that this game came out, Ubisoft released Rayman Rush for the PS1.
It's basically Rayman Arena without the arena part, just the racing. Though we get a different opening for the game. Not to mention that the characters are twice as annoying in this one, because they only seem to have one animation for the select screen. Who would do this to someone? But luckily, whenever you're actually selecting a character, they're not really so bad. I'd kinda be repeating myself if I were to say how this game is. It's just the race mode from Rayman Arena, although the maps look a little different and the graphics are obviously not as good since they're only on PS1, though they do look a little more colorful. Oh, and the select screen on this one is pretty much the same as the PS2 version of Rayman Arena, along with the opening, just with arena stuff. Not sure why that is, but oh well. Overall, Rush is only good if you don't have a PS2, GameCube, or Xbox. That doesn't make it bad, but it's basically just a demo of, or at least half of, Rayman Arena. And if you were to ask me which version of Rayman Arena you should get, I'd say get the GameCube or Xbox version. They go up to 4 players. But if you don't mind only having 2-player mode, then you can actually find the PS2 version on the PlayStation Network for like $10. So, with all that said, I'd have to give Rayman Arena a 70 out of 100 and Rayman Rush a 60 out of 100.
I wouldn't highly recommend these games, but if you can find them for a good cheap price, then I'd say give it a shot.
Most copies out there are actually pretty cheap.
Oh yeah, they are.
So, how should we end this?
I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead.
I guess we'll just do something random, since that's usually how we end videos. We don't really know how to... Oh god!
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, who watched my video. If you'd like to see more of these videos, or any of the Untitled Team videos in general, then go ahead and subscribe. Also, stick around for the end to be able to watch both the openings. I just kind of felt like putting that at the end. That's actually kind of why this video is as long as it is.
See, ladies and gentlemen, you can tell which parts are unscripted and which parts are scripted.
Yeah, I guess there's no hiding that. Which parts are unscripted. Okay, that was on purpose.